fellow travelers, welcome back to the Den of the Wanderer. Today I thought I'd kick off a new series of book reviews because I'm usually always either reading or crafting, and if you ask me what I'm doing, I'm usually doing one of the two. So I thought it would just be fun to share some of my honest opinions about the books that I'm reading with you guys. And I like checking out reviews on my own to see, if I might like something before I buy. So I thought maybe that would be something useful and informative for you guys. If there's any books that you guys are currently reading, I'd love to know what your opinions are. If you got any recommendations for me, I'm always on the hunt for new books. But let's just get into it. I have my coffee here, and I have Weave the Liminal, Living Modern Traditional Witchcraft by Laura Tempest Zarkoff. So, I just finished the audiobook for this. They have it available on Audible, so if you subscribe to Audible, you can find this book there. I found it pretty enjoyable. I will go ahead and say the narrator was a little bit strange. She had a nice voice, but I don't know if it was suited for the material. But I didn't find it unpleasant or anything like that. She wasn't boring in the least. It was kind of listening to a slightly older woman explain things to you, if that is a feeling you've ever encountered, where you've had somebody slightly older than you kind of talk down to you and explain stuff to you. But it didn't really detract much from the book for me. I found the book to be pretty enjoyable. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It wasn't exactly what I expected. Maybe I just misinterpreted the description wrong, because I kind of thought it was going to be more of a how to work with the liminal, and it's more about a book on how to set up your spiritual practice. And if you don't already have an established spiritual practice, this is definitely a book I would recommend. If you are a beginner to the craft and you don't really know where to go, I would definitely recommend you read this book first. I kind of wish I had a book like this when I first started out, because she really breaks down how to build a spiritual practice and what things to look at when you're starting, and she gives you some different perspectives in different areas, and she also has a system for how to build a spiritual practice called rites, R-I-T-E-S. R-I-T-E-S. Sorry, I can't spell. And I thought that was really interesting. It was the only thing I actually bookmarked when I was listening to this, because I just thought it was really solid information. And if you're interested in that, maybe you have some questions, or you're not really sure how to build your spiritual practice, or what foundational materials you would need, this is definitely a book to check out. It didn't go over a lot of newbie 101 type stuff, which I was kind of thankful for, because I usually get a little burned out when you read a book. Even if they're talking about a more advanced topic, they tend to bring all the little basic stuff in the beginning, and you're like, okay, I read this stuff, let's move on. This book didn't have any of that, so I was really appreciative of that. I'll say the thing that I got the most out of this book was that Laura Tempest Zarkoff actually has some of the same ideas about witchcraft and spirituality that I did, and it was really nice to kind of hear that sounded off back to me. I found it kind of like a confirmation of what I've already believed, or what I'm already currently doing in my practice. So I thought that that was probably what I got the most out of this book, was just getting some validation that my ideas or the things that I do are going in the right track. So if you aren't a beginner, but you're maybe kind of wondering if you're heading down the right path, I would definitely recommend this book to you too. Just, if you need some of that validation, or someone to bounce your own ideas back to you and be like, yeah, I actually do agree with that. I found that really delightful. The author's writing style I really enjoy. She kind of is irreverent, and there were several moments where I just kind of cackled. Not laughed, but literally cackled, because I just thought she was so funny. So I'm definitely interested to check out some more stuff from her. I actually have one of her books in my wish list currently, so that'll come up pretty soon probably, because it's something I'm kind of interested in studying anyways. So I really found the whole book to be overall enjoyable. I wouldn't recommend it if you are completely solid 100% you got your spiritual practice down pat, this book probably isn't the book for you, but it's an enjoyable read. It didn't have a lot on how to work in the liminal spaces, which is kind of what I was looking for, which is why I got a 4 out of 5. So I'm going to keep looking for something that that does explain that, or maybe down the line she'll come out with another book that will be more of a hands-on kind of workbook type of thing. There wasn't any actual work, like, book type of stuff. There's no spells, there's no rituals, there's nothing like that. So if that's what you're looking for, this is not the book for you. But overall, I found the book enjoyable, and I would recommend it for sure. And I think that's all I have to say about it. It was an enjoyable read, and I'm working on a couple other books, so I'll have that coming up. I don't think this will be like a scheduled type of segment, but it will be a reoccurring segment on this channel. So definitely let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought. If you've read this book, do you have any opinions on it? I'd love to have a discourse and a dialogue with you and see what you guys are thinking about it. Are you going to read this book? Is it something you're looking forward to? Let me know, and we'll talk about it. I can definitely give you some more insight if you want to know. I don't want to go super long on these reviews because like 30-minute reviews can be kind of a burnout, but I'm definitely open to continuing the dialogue and discussing more of these books. If you have any recommendations for me, maybe on just working in the liminal spaces, I'd love to hear those too. So thank you guys so much for joining me here in the Den of the Wanderer, and I will see you all next time. Go in light, go in peace.